Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're embarking on a really special journey, I think. One that touches the very essence of life and growth, really in the most intimate way.
Absolutely.
Imagine yourself, standing at this remarkable crossroads in a pregnancy journey, specifically, right at that incredible 17-week mark.
Hmm.
It's just a point where so much is unfolding, often unseen, but profoundly impactful for both the parent and the tiny new life developing inside.
It really is a fascinating time.
And we've dedicated this deep dive to a really comprehensive and I think invaluable resource, 17 Weeks Pregnant, Belly, Symptoms, Baby Size, and More from BabyCenter.
Great source. Very detailed.
Yeah, exactly. And our mission today is to, extract the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight from this material. We want to help you feel thoroughly informed about this particular milestone, but without feeling overwhelmed, right? There's so much information out there.
It can definitely feel like a deluge sometimes.
Totally. So think of this as your shortcut, maybe, to truly understanding this unique and pivotal point in the journey. So let's unpack this fascinating stage.
And what a stage it is. What's fascinating here is that the 17-week mark, it's often considered a real sweet spot, right in the second trimester.
A sweet spot. Okay. Why is that?
Well, it's a period of incredible, often unseen transformation for the baby, just amazing things happening. But at the same time, it's bringing about more noticeable and distinct changes for the parent, too.
Right. Things start to become more real, maybe.
Exactly. And navigating such a personal and, profoundly evolving journey really benefits from reliable, medically reviewed information, which is precisely what our source provides.
That's so important.
It really helps to ground the experience in, factual understanding, moving beyond just anecdotes to concrete developmental stages and common physiological shifts. It gives you a clear roadmap, really, of what to expect and why.
Absolutely. And when we talk about incredible transformations, let's start with the undisputed star of the show, right? Your baby.
Mm-hmm. The main event.
What on earth is happening inside that's truly remarkable at 17 weeks? Our source paints a pretty vivid picture for us.
Yeah.
It tells us that at this stage, the baby is now about the size of a turnip.
A turnip. I love those comparisons. They make it so much more tangible.
They really do. It gives us a real sense of just how much growth has actually occurred.
And beyond the charming vegetable analogy, this resource gives us some specific measurements, too, which really bring it to life.
Okay, like what?
We're talking about a little one who is approximately 8.03 inches from head to toe.
8 inches. Wow.
And weighing in at around 6.38 ounces, so getting close to half a pound.
Okay.
And what's particularly noteworthy here, as the source points out, is that this measurement has shifted. It used to be crown to rump earlier on,
Right, I remember that.
but now it's head to toe. And this isn't just, a different way to measure. It's actually a subtle yet significant developmental milestone in itself.
How so? What does that signify?
It indicates that the baby is beginning to stretch out more. They're no longer curled quite so tightly in that classic fetal position. They're taking on a more elongated, sort of human-like form.
Ah, okay. So less curled up, more stretched out.
Precisely. And you're right, that turnip size, while it might sound small in the grand scheme of things,
Yeah, it does seem small still.
it actually represents truly significant growth since the first trimester. I mean, if you consider how absolutely tiny the embryo was just a few weeks ago,
Like a little bean or something.
exactly, to be nearly half a pound and over 8 inches long now, it's just a testament to the incredibly rapid pace of development.
It's amazing.
And this rapid growth phase implies that a lot of the internal systems are not just forming, but they're also, coming online or maturing really quickly.
So things are starting to work.
Yes. We're witnessing a critical period where the foundational structures are not only in place, but are actively refining their functions. And that shift to head-to-toe measurement specifically signifies the lengthening of the limbs and the trunk, giving the baby a more proportionate appearance. It also just makes it easier to measure the total length, indicating a more advanced developmental stage where the body is less flexed, less curled up.
Gotcha. It's a clear marker of progress then.
The very clear marker in the baby's journey towards eventually independent life.
Okay, now here's where, for me, it gets really interesting. Our source says your baby can hear you.
Yes, this is a huge one.
I mean, just think about that for a second. At this point, somewhere between 16 and 22 weeks generally,
Right, there's a bit of a window.
the baby starts to pick up on sounds inside your body. The resource specifically highlights this. It explains that these internal sounds include, like, The rhythmic beat of your heart,
Lub-dub, lub-dub.
the gentle whoosh of your breathing, and even the fascinating gurgle of your digestion.
A whole internal symphony.
Totally. It's like they're living in this incredibly intimate, personal soundscape, a constant soundtrack, long before they ever hear the outside world.
And this is profoundly significant for their auditory development. It's laying crucial groundwork.
How so?
Well, the ears, which have been forming for quite some time, are now mature enough, structurally, for the baby to actually begin processing sound waves.
Okay.
And these internal sounds, your heartbeat, your breathing, your digestion, they aren't just random background noise. They form the baby's very first auditory landscape. It's a constant, rhythmic backdrop to their entire existence in there.
So it's like their first learning environment in a way?
Absolutely. Think of it as their initial immersion in sound. It's a foundational experience that begins to shape their perception of the world, even before birth.
Wow. And does that have implications later on?
It's widely hypothesized, yes.
Yeah.
This early, consistent exposure to the parent's body sounds is thought to lay a foundational layer of security and familiarity.
Like a comfort thing.
Exactly. Studies suggest these rhythmic sounds are inherently calming for newborns. They provide a direct sensory link back to the safety and security of the womb.
That makes so much sense. It's why, white noise machines or heartbeat sounds can be so soothing for babies.
Precisely. It mimics that familiar internal environment. And moreover, while our source rightly focuses on these internal sounds first,
Yeah.
this developing ability to process auditory information lays the groundwork for all future sound processing. That includes external sounds, speech patterns, and eventually, language acquisition itself.
So it's like the brain is getting wired for sound.
That's a great way to put it.
Mhm.
It's the very beginning of their journey into understanding the world through sound, making it a critical step in overall brain development. So it isn't just about comfort, though that's important. It's truly building the very architecture for communication and interaction later on.
That's just incredible. Truly foundational elements being put in place so early. Okay, so beyond hearing, what else is being built and, refined inside this miniature world?
Well, another major development highlighted in our resource is bone development. At 17 weeks, the baby's bones are undergoing a fascinating and absolutely essential transformation.
Okay, what's happening?
The entire skeleton is transitioning from that soft, flexible cartilage.
Right, the stuff that was there first.
Exactly. It's moving towards more solid, hardened bone. This process is called ossification.
Ossification, okay.
And it isn't just about strength, although that's crucial. It's fundamental to their entire physical development and, future mobility.
And this is where the parent's diet comes in, right?
Absolutely. For parents, this is a clear cue. The source highlights the direct link between what you consume and the baby's structural development. It emphasizes how important it is to support this crucial bone health by eating plenty of calcium-rich foods.
Got it. More calcium needed.
Definitely. This process of ossification, the transformation from flexible cartilage to hardened bone, is just one of the most fundamental and remarkable parts of fetal development.
It sounds amazing.
Think of cartilage as the flexible scaffolding that provides the initial shape, right?
Yeah.
But as the baby grows and develops, the need for real structural support increases dramatically. This is where converting to bone, which is much more rigid and strong, becomes absolutely essential.
Makes sense. They need a proper skeleton.
Exactly. And this process requires a significant and steady supply of calcium. That's why the parent's nutritional intake is so vitally important right now.
Right.
And our resource correctly emphasizes calcium's dual benefit here. It's not just critical for the baby's rapidly hardening bones and teeth, which are essential for their future growth and development.
Okay, so baby's bones.
But it's also really important for the parent's own health.
Oh, really? How so?
Adequate calcium intake during pregnancy has actually been linked to a reduced risk of serious conditions like hypertension, high blood pressure, and particularly preeclampsia.
Preeclampsia, okay. I've heard that's serious.
It is. It's a serious complication characterized by high blood pressure and often signs of damage to other organ systems, like the kidneys. It can pose significant risks to both the parent and the baby if it's not managed properly. So getting enough calcium helps protect both.
Wow. Okay, so that calcium is doing double duty. It really highlights that intricate connection.
It really does. The nutritional link is often overlooked, but so vital.
Okay. And what else is happening internally?
Furthermore, this detailed resource notes another really important internal development. The baby's pancreas is now making insulin.
Insulin. Already.
Insulin is that powerful hormone crucial for regulating blood sugar levels, right? It helps cells absorb glucose from the bloodstream for energy.
Okay.
Its production at this stage signifies a key developmental step in the baby's own metabolic system. It's basically laying the groundwork for independent blood sugar regulation after birth.
So the baby's body is preparing to manage its own energy supply once it's born.
Exactly. Once it's no longer receiving glucose directly and constantly from the parent via the placenta, it's another really crucial piece of the complex physiological puzzle falling into place. It just shows how intricately the body prepares for life outside the womb.
It's absolutely incredible how many complex systems are just, coming online and maturing at this stage.
It really is mind-boggling.
And speaking of lifelines, our source specifically calls the umbilical cord your baby's lifeline to the placenta, which is so true.
The crucial connection.
And it's not just there, it's actively growing stronger and thicker at this point.
Adapting to the growing needs.
The source mentions that by the end of pregnancy, it'll be an impressive 19 to 24 inches long.
Wow.
And about an inch thick. That's a truly significant structure. Really emphasizes its critical and evolving role.
You really can't overstate the umbilical cord's function. It is, quite literally, the baby's sole connection to the parent's life support system. It's a marvel of biological engineering.
How does it work exactly?
Well, it acts as a highly efficient conduit for a two-way transport system. Within its structure, there are typically 2 arteries and 1 vein, cushioned by something called Wharton's jelly.
Okay.
The umbilical vein carries all the good stuff, oxygenated blood, and vital nutrients from the placenta to the baby.
Got it. Vein brings things in.
Right. And the 2 umbilical arteries carry the waste products, deoxygenated blood, carbon dioxide, other metabolic byproducts away from the baby, back to the placenta for efficient removal by the parent system.
Okay, so arteries take waste out. It's like a superhighway.
A highly specialized one. And this complex circulatory pathway within the cord is continuously adapting. Its progressive strengthening and thickening are crucial because as the baby grows larger, their demands for nutrients and oxygen increase massively. The cord needs to be robust enough to handle the increased volume and pressure of that blood flow.
To keep up with demand.
Exactly. It ensures an uninterrupted supply line to support that rapid growth we were just talking about. Like a highly specialized self-regulating pipeline, really.
Wow. Okay. And while we're on the subject of sort of external-ish structures, this invaluable resource also mentions the exciting development of sweat glands.
Yes. Another layer of development.
These are foundational elements of the baby's largest organ, right? The skin, which plays such a vital role in protection, temperature regulation, sensation.
All crucial functions. Sweat glands are essential for thermoregulation, helping to control body temperature by producing sweat. They also aid a bit in waste elimination.
Right. And the source also notes that by next week, so around week 18, the layers of the baby's skin will be fully formed.
Which is another major step in their development. This developing skin will eventually be vital for protecting the baby from the environment after birth and also for their sense of touch, which is such a key part of early exploration and bonding.
So much happening with the baby.
Yeah.
Like, okay, while the baby is incredibly busy developing this whole miniature world inside.
Yeah, hard at work.
Your body, as the parent, is undergoing its own profound set of changes. Our source outlines several common symptoms you might experience at 17 weeks. So what does all this mean for you? It's not just about the baby. It's very much about your personal evolving experience of pregnancy.
Exactly. It's a dynamic interplay, isn't it, between the developing baby and the adapting parent. And understanding these common symptoms isn't just about identifying them, it's about understanding their underlying physiological causes.
Knowing the why.
Knowing the why, and most importantly, how to navigate them effectively and comfortably, to support your own well-being throughout this journey.
Okay, so let's talk about some of these shifts, starting with something I think many people experience. Dizziness.
Oh, yes. Very common.
Our source points out that feeling a little lightheaded, or maybe like the room is spinning slightly, is a very common symptom during the second trimester. And the simple, practical advice offered is crucial, it seems. Don't stand up too fast.
Simple but effective.
It sounds minor, but it can make a big difference in preventing falls or just general discomfort, right?
Absolutely. And the why behind this dizziness is rooted in normal yet significant pregnancy-related cardiovascular changes.
Okay, what kind of changes?
Well, during pregnancy, your heart rate naturally increases a bit, and your blood vessels expand, they become more relaxed to accommodate a significantly increased blood volume.
Increased blood volume, how much?
Your body is literally creating more blood to support both you and the growing baby. This increased blood volume can be up to 50% more than your pre-pregnancy levels.
50%. Wow, that's huge.
It is. And these changes, coupled with temporary shifts in circulation dynamics, can sometimes lead to blood pooling a bit in your lower extremities, especially when you change position.
Ah,
So when you stand up quickly from sitting or lying down, it takes a moment for that blood to get back up to your brain. That temporary drop in blood supply to the brain is what causes that sensation of lightheadedness or dizziness.
so it's a physiological adjustment, not usually something to worry about.
Generally, yes.
Hmm.
It's an adjustment to the substantial demands of pregnancy. Not usually a cause for alarm, but certainly something to be mindful of for safety, like the source says.
Right, avoiding quick movements. Okay, what else?
Additionally, this comprehensive resource mentions vision changes, things like blurriness or dry eyes.
Vision changes. That seems surprising. How is that related?
Again, it's connected to the systemic changes happening throughout your body. Pregnancy hormones, particularly progesterone, can actually affect the cornea's thickness and curvature slightly.
Really?
Yes, leading to temporary blurriness for some people. Also, shifts in your metabolism, increased fluid retention all over your body, and those altered blood circulation patterns can all affect your eyes and eyesight,
Causing dryness.
causing dryness or even slight changes in your prescription sometimes.
Huh. Will that go away?
Yes, the good news is these changes are usually minor and temporary. They typically resolve after you've had your baby, usually within a few weeks or months postpartum, as your body's fluid balance and hormone levels return to their pre-pregnancy state.
Okay, that's reassuring.
However, and this is important, it's crucial to heed the source's caution here.
Okay.
If you experience more serious vision issues like double vision, a temporary loss of vision, seeing flashing lights, maybe severe headaches along with vision changes, or anything else that feels unusual or sudden,
Yeah.
it's vital to consult your doctor or midwife immediately. Don't wait.
Why? What could that mean?
These symptoms could potentially signal a more serious underlying condition, like the preeclampsia we mentioned earlier, which requires urgent medical attention. It's always better to be safe and have any concerns checked out promptly.
Definitely good advice. Okay, moving on to another common experience, especially as your body expands. Itchy skin.
Ah, yes, the pregnancy itch.
Our source confirms that mild itching is a very normal pregnancy skin problem, particularly around the breasts and the belly, where the skin is really stretching to accommodate, your growing baby and the changes in breast size.
Makes sense. The skin is under tension.
And sometimes, apparently, even pre-existing conditions like eczema can worsen during pregnancy.
Yes, that can happen. Hormonal fluctuations can affect skin hydration and elasticity, potentially triggering flare-ups for those prone to eczema.
Okay, so what can you do about it? The source has some tips, right?
It does, some really practical ones. For relief, it suggests applying an ice pack or a cold compress to the itchy area for immediate soothing.
Oh, cold helps.
Cold definitely helps numb the itch temporarily. Also, moisturizing generously with a good fragrance-free lotion.
Fragrance-free is key, I guess, to avoid irritation.
Exactly. And a great pro tip they mention, refrigerate the lotion first for extra cooling relief.
Ooh, I like that one.
Or even taking a lukewarm or warm, not hot oatmeal bath. Colloidal oatmeal can have really nice anti-inflammatory and soothing properties for irritated skin.
Okay, those sound like simple, doable things.
They are. And itching during pregnancy is indeed very common. The main physiological reasons are that stretching of the skin over the expanding uterus and breasts, which can just irritate the nerve endings.
Right.
And as we said, hormonal changes play a significant role too, altering skin hydration and elasticity, leading to dryness and more itchiness.
But is it always just mild itching?
Usually, yes. But it's important to distinguish between that mild, generalized itching, which is typically benign, and something more severe.
Like what?
Like really intense, widespread itching, particularly if it's constant, seems unbearable and maybe isn't accompanied by a visible rash.
Oh.
Or if it's noticeably worse at night.
Okay.
The source's advice to call a healthcare provider if the itching is very severe or if a new rash develops is absolutely crucial. Because in rare cases, intense itching like that can be a symptom of a more serious liver condition called cholestasis of pregnancy.
Cholestasis, what's that?
It affects the flow of bile from the liver and can actually pose risks to the baby. So early diagnosis and management are essential.
Wow. Okay, so definitely listen to your body and don't dismiss severe itching.
Absolutely. Seek medical advice for anything that feels unusual or severe.
Got it. And then, of course, there are Stretch marks.
The badges of motherhood, as some call them.
Hmm. Yeah, the source offers a comforting perspective here. It says, basically, don't worry too much if those little indented lines crop up on your breasts, belly, or hips.
They are very common.
Many, many women get stretch marks during pregnancy. They typically appear as reddish, purplish, or maybe brownish lines initially.
And what are they exactly?
They're essentially a type of scarring that occurs when the skin stretches rapidly, more rapidly than its elasticity can keep up with. It causes the collagen and elastin fibers in the dermis, that's the middle layer of the skin, to break.
Ah, okay. Makes sense with the rapid growth.
The good news, according to the source, is they tend to fade significantly postpartum. They might not completely disappear, but they often turn silvery or white and become much less noticeable over time.
That's good to know.
And the source also points out a strong genetic component. You're apparently more likely to get them if your mother or sister did.
Ah, so genetics plays a role in skin elasticity.
Seems so, and while lotions or specific stretch mark creams can certainly help relieve any associated itchiness, and maybe trying to gain weight slowly and sticking to the recommended amount might help reduce their severity a bit.
Yeah.
The source gives us a dose of reality. It says, generally, there's not much you can do to stop these badges of motherhood from appearing.
Huh. Acceptance is key, maybe.
Exactly. I think that acknowledgement offers a sense of acceptance. It lessens the pressure to prevent something that is largely beyond your control. It reminds you that they are a common and natural part of the journey for so many people.
That's a great point. Embracing them can really shift perspective and alleviate unnecessary stress.
Totally. Now let's delve into some of the inner workings, starting with something that might surprise people. Weird dreams.
Oh, the pregnancy dream world. It can be wild.
Our source says your pregnancy dreams may get extra strange, thanks apparently to the potent combination of surging hormones and intense emotions.
A powerful mix.
Vivid dreams, including sex dreams and even nightmares, are all considered perfectly normal at 17 weeks.
It's very common.
It's like your subconscious is just working overtime, processing all the immense changes and anticipations that come with pregnancy.
That's a very good way to think about it.
And the source even suggests reflecting on your dreams for emotional insights, maybe even writing them down, which is a fascinating idea for self-discovery during this unique time.
It really is. Those extra strange dreams are indeed a common phenomenon.
And you've hit on the key drivers, those significant hormonal fluctuations, especially the rise in progesterone.
How does progesterone affect dreams?
Progesterone can influence sleep cycles. It can lead to more frequent awakenings during the night and also potentially increase the amount of REM sleep you get.
And REM is where the vivid dreaming happens.
Exactly. That's the stage where most vivid narrative dreaming occurs. Additionally, you have the intense emotional landscape of pregnancy. The anticipation, the excitement, maybe anxieties about childbirth or parenthood, identity shifts.
All the big feelings.
All the big feelings. They provide fertile ground for the subconscious mind to work through. Dreams often serve as a psychological outlet for processing these complex and sometimes overwhelming feelings, whether they're joyous, fearful, or just reflections of daily worries.
So writing them down could actually be helpful. It really could. The suggestion isn't just a quirky activity. It can genuinely provide profound insights into your emotional state. It allows you to recognize and perhaps address underlying feelings you might not be consciously aware of. It's like a unique window into your inner world during this profoundly transformative period. A powerful tool for emotional understanding and self-care, truly.
That's a really interesting perspective. Okay, then there's the less pleasant but equally common experience of constipation.
Ah, yes. The glamorous side of pregnancy.
Unfortunately, our resource notes that constipation during pregnancy tends to pop up quite a lot.
It's a frequent complaint.
And this is due to a few converging factors, apparently. First, those hormonal changes, again, primarily the increased progesterone.
Right. Progesterone strikes again.
It can relax the muscles in your digestive tract, which slows down the movement of food through your system.
Makes everything a bit sluggish.
Second, your expanding uterus starts to put actual physical pressure on your intestines, further impeding their normal function.
Mechanical pressure, yeah.
And third, iron supplements, which are often found in prenatal vitamins, can be a common culprit too.
Yes, iron can definitely be constipating for some individuals.
Okay, so multiple factors. But fortunately, the source also provides practical solutions to help prevent and ease it.
Thankfully. What does it recommend?
Well, crucially, drinking plenty of water. That helps keep your stool soft, then facilitates its movement. Makes sense.
Hydration is key for digestion.
Eating high-fiber foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, that adds bulk to the stool, making it easier to pass.
Fiber is essential.
Engaging in regular moderate exercise, like walking or swimming, apparently that naturally stimulates bowel movements.
Movement helps move things along, absolutely.
And for persistent issues, the source advises discussing options with your healthcare provider.
Always a good idea if basic measures aren't enough.
Yeah, they might suggest things like taking a stool softener, which helps hydrate and soften the stool, or maybe magnesium, which can also have a mild laxative effect.
Yes, magnesium citrate is sometimes recommended.
Or potentially switching your prenatal vitamin, maybe to one with a different form of iron or a lower dose if that seems to be the main issue.
Working with your provider to find the right solution is important.
Definitely. These are all actionable steps to hopefully bring some relief and comfort and keep things moving, so to speak.
Keeping the digestive system as happy as possible.
Exactly. Okay, so beyond just managing symptoms, 17 weeks is also a prime time for proactive preparation. Our source provides a really helpful checklist for you to consider at this stage.
Moving it to proactive mode, I like it.
Yeah. And these aren't just about immediate relief. They're really about setting yourself up for a smoother, healthier pregnancy journey overall, and even preparing for the earliest stages of parenthood.
Exactly. This checklist takes a more holistic view, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It moves beyond just the physical symptoms to encompass mental well-being, practical safety measures, and future preparedness.
Right.
It's about building a foundation of resilience and readiness that will benefit you not just now during pregnancy, but also as you transition into life with a newborn. These are really investments in your future self and your family.
That's a great way to frame it. Okay, so let's start with cultivating calm. Our source wisely recommends practicing relaxation techniques as a core part of your well-being strategy.
So important for managing stress.
And it gives some excellent examples, things like deep breathing exercises,
It's a little bit powerful.
guided imagery where you visualize a peaceful scene, prenatal yoga and massage, which offer both physical comfort and mental tranquility, and progressive muscle relaxation.
Where you tense and release muscles.
Exactly. Systematically tensing and relaxing different muscle groups to release physical tension. These aren't just, feel-good activities. They have a profound physiological and psychological purpose.
They absolutely do. These techniques are incredibly powerful tools. They don't just help you stay on an even keel emotionally and mentally during pregnancy, combating the potential stress and anxiety that can crop up.
Which is huge.
They can also significantly improve your sleep quality, which, as we know, is often disrupted as pregnancy progresses due to physical discomfort or just an active mind.
Definitely. Sleep becomes precious.
But what's truly significant, I think, about practicing them now is their long-term value.
How so?
These relaxation skills aren't just for pregnancy. They can become absolutely essential tools to navigate the often stressful and demanding period of early parenthood.
Thinking ahead.
Exactly. Learning to manage stress, calm your mind, and relax your body proactively now can make a profound difference when you're faced with sleepless nights, infant fussiness, the demands of feeding, and just the general overwhelm that new parents can sometimes experience.
Yeah, I can see that being invaluable.
It's about building a personal toolkit for emotional regulation that will serve you exceptionally well beyond these 9 months. It provides a sense of control and peace, even in potentially chaotic moments.
Okay, great point. Building that toolkit now. All right, shifting gears to an absolutely critical safety measure. Proper seatbelt use.
Non-negotiable.
Our source stresses that it's extra important to wear your seatbelt during pregnancy. And critically, it details the correct way to buckle up.
Yes, the positioning is key.
The lap portion, it says, should be low under your belly and snug across your hip bones, not across your abdomen.
Very important distinction. Across the strong pelvic bones.
And the shoulder harness should be snugly between your breasts and off to the side of your belly. Never across your neck or, obviously, your face. This isn't just about comfort. It's about life-saving protection for both you and your baby.
This is an absolutely vital safety point. Proper seatbelt positioning is crucial for both parent and baby safety in the unfortunate event of a car accident.
Why is the lap belt position so critical?
The incorrect placement, like across the abdomen instead of low over the hips, could direct the main force of impact directly onto the uterus.
Oh, no.
Which could lead to potentially severe complications for the baby, like placental abruption. That's where the placenta separates from the inner wall of the uterus before birth, and it can be life-threatening.
Wow. Okay.
By securing the lap belt low and snugly over the hip bones, you distribute that impact force across the strongest parts of your pelvis, protecting your abdomen and, by extension, your baby.
Makes total sense. And the shoulder strap.
The shoulder harness similarly helps to restrain your upper body safely, preventing you from lurching forward too much and protecting your vital organs.
Okay. And the source also mentioned something important about after an accident.
Yes, crucial advice. If you do get into a car accident, even something that seems like a minor fender bender with no obvious injuries,
Yeah.
it is imperative to inform your healthcare provider right away. Get checked out.
Even if you feel fine.
Even if you feel fine. Because even without obvious external injuries, there could be internal trauma, like that placental abruption we mentioned, or other complications that need immediate medical assessment. Sometimes internal injuries aren't immediately apparent.
Okay. That's really important to remember. Better safe than sorry.
Absolutely. That follow-up action is just as important as wearing the belt correctly in the first place.
Got it. Okay. And of course, nurturing yourself and your baby through nutrition is always paramount.
Always comes back to good nutrition.
Eating well during pregnancy is crucial to support the growing baby and ensure you both get all the needed nutrients. Your body is working incredibly hard, and a balanced diet provides the fuel.
It really does.
Our source acknowledges that pregnancy nutrition advice can sometimes feel overwhelming. There's just so much information out there. Do this, don't do that.
It can be confusing, for sure.
So it offers practical help. It suggests using online tools, looking at lists of the best foods for pregnancy, finding healthy pregnancy recipes, basically things to ease that potential overwhelm and make healthy eating more accessible and maybe even enjoyable.
And reinforcing the importance of balanced nutrition is fundamental.
Right.
It directly fuels the baby's rapid development and supports the parent's increased metabolic demands. It's not just about the old adage of eating for two.
Right. It's about quality.
Exactly. It's about eating well for two. And meal planning, as our resource suggests, can indeed simplify healthy eating significantly.
How does planning help specifically?
Well, it removes that daily decision fatigue, which can be a real issue when you're tired or experiencing symptoms like nausea. It helps ensure a consistent intake of essential macronutrients, proteins, carbs, healthy fats, and crucial micronutrients like folate, iron, calcium.
So you're not just grabbing whatever's easiest when you're hungry.
Precisely. Thinking ahead about what you'll eat allows for smarter grocery shopping and more deliberate food choices rather than reaching for less nutritious options when hunger strikes suddenly.
Makes sense. Plan ahead. Okay, what else on the checklist?
Additionally, our resource brings up a really important point about sun protection, which might not immediately come to mind specifically during pregnancy.
Sun protection. Why specifically during pregnancy?
It recommends wearing sunscreen with SPF 30 or higher whenever you're outdoors, even on cloudy days. This is specifically to help avoid or minimize changes in skin pigmentation during pregnancy.
Ah, you mean melasma or cloasma, the mask of pregnancy.
Exactly. Those brown or grayish patches that can appear on the face, especially the forehead, cheeks, upper lip, they're caused by increased hormone levels stimulating melanin production.
And sun makes it worse.
Significantly. Sun exposure intensifies these pigment changes, making them darker and potentially more widespread.
Okay, so sunscreen is extra important then.
Very. And therefore, the source's comprehensive sun strategy is vital advice. That includes wearing a wide-brimmed hat to shade your face and neck.
Good idea.
And trying to avoid direct sunlight during the peak hours, generally between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., when the sun's UV rays are strongest.
So it's a multi-pronged approach to protect your skin.
Right. It's about protecting yourself from both immediate sun damage and these specific pregnancy-related skin concerns that can sometimes linger postpartum if you're not careful. Good skin health habit overall, too.
Definitely. Okay, now for many people, at 17 weeks, the moment arrives. The bump has finally popped.
The visible evidence.
It's that visible transformation that moves your pregnancy journey from being this largely private experience to a much more public one.
It really changes things, doesn't it?
It does. And with that comes some fun advice from our source. Take plenty of bump photos. Capture this beautiful evolving stage of your body.
Document the journey.
But it also comes with a practical consideration regarding announcements. The source suggests making sure you've announced your pregnancy before it gets too awkward.
Awkward how?
Well, especially maybe to long-distance friends and relatives who might prefer hearing the news directly from you rather than finding out through the grapevine or seeing it pop up on social media first.
Right, the etiquette of sharing big news.
Yeah, you're right. The growing belly fundamentally transforms the experience. It becomes this undeniable visual signal to the world, making the once private journey much more public. And that often brings with it new social dynamics and interactions.
It really does.
And the announcement etiquette that our resource touches upon is quite perceptive, I think. For close contacts, particularly those who live far away, a direct communication, maybe a heartfelt phone call, a personal video message, even a thoughtful written note is often really deeply appreciated.
It feels more personal, more respectful.
Exactly. It conveys respect and ensures they feel included in this significant life event, as opposed to just discovering it secondhand. It helps foster that stronger sense of shared joy and anticipation.
That makes a lot of sense. Build that support network early.
Right. And with that growing belly comes the reality of navigating public interaction, which can unfortunately include unsolicited comments and, famously, the belly touchers.
Oh, yes. The bane of many pregnant people's existence.
It's a very common experience, apparently. And our source offers some incredibly wise and empowering advice here. First, it says, try to never take anything personally. What someone says has more to do with them than you.
That is such a powerful reframe.
Isn't it? It shifts the focus away from internalizing potentially awkward or intrusive or even hurtful comments.
Which is so easy to do.
And instead places it on the other person's lack of boundaries, maybe their lack of understanding or just general social awareness. It depersonalizes the interaction.
Protecting your emotional space. Reminding yourself it's about them, not you.
Exactly. Their actions reflect their character, not yours. And second, crucially, for those unwanted belly pats or rubs, because yes, people sometimes feel entitled to touch a pregnant belly without asking.
It happens all the time.
The source advises being concise and firm with your responses. Simple phrases like, please don't, or no thank you.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Remarkably effective, apparently. They set a clear boundary without needing lengthy explanations or apologies or justifications. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your personal space.
Absolutely not. It empowers the pregnant person to protect their physical autonomy and comfort without engaging in a potentially uncomfortable, drawn-out discussion.
It's about maintaining your sense of control and personal boundaries in a situation that can feel very public and often overly familiar. Just gently but firmly asserting your right to your own body.
Really important advice for navigating those interactions confidently.
Definitely. So as we bring this deep dive to a close, wow, we've journeyed through an incredibly detailed and often surprising landscape of what's happening at 17 weeks pregnant.
So much packed into this 1 week.
Right. From the baby's astonishing internal development, their growing ability to hear the world inside you, the hardening of their bones, the perfecting of their pancreas, that strengthening umbilical cord lifeline,
Amazing internal progress.
to the common physical symptoms you might experience as the parent, the dizziness, vision changes, skin issues, even those wild dreams and constipation.
The full spectrum of the experience.
And we've also explored the practical steps you can take for your health and well-being. Practicing relaxation, ensuring seatbelt safety, planning meals, protecting your skin from the sun.
Proactive steps are key.
This deep dive truly shows just how much is unfolding at 17 weeks, both seen and unseen. It's such a dynamic, transformative period for both parent and baby. A true testament to the marvel of life, really.
It truly is.
And I really encourage you, our listeners, to revisit any specific points that resonated with you or maybe sparked further curiosity, perhaps using our original source from BabyCenter as your guide for even more detail.
And reflecting on all this, it raises an important question for you, the listener, to maybe ponder.
Ooh, okay.
Considering all the meticulous development happening at 17 weeks for the baby, every tiny system starting up, and the profound physiological and emotional changes for the parent, how does really seeing this stage in detail underscore the incredible complexity and interconnectedness of life?
That's a deep one.
Every tiny development, every shift in the parent's body is a crucial, intricately linked step. It's setting the stage for everything that follows. It's like this symphony of biological processes working in perfect harmony most of the time.
Yeah.
What new appreciation do you have for this journey now that you've seen these details unpacked? Does it change how you view this stage?
It's a great question to reflect on.
Because understanding these nuances truly emphasizes the power of being informed and prepared. and how knowledge can empower you through every single stage of this extraordinary journey, helping you embrace each new development with confidence and hopefully a sense of wonder.